Hi, everyone. Are you really wanting to build an online course, but you are worried that you won't pick the right topic? So you've gone into freeze mode or indecision mode, or have you in the past created a program, launched it, and nothing? Crickets. Well, I'm here to tell you that 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, back in 2000 to be exact, I had the same thing happen to me. And I learned very quickly that there are 4 steps I need to go through in order to make money off of everything that I offer, everything that I sell, everything that I launch. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Tracy Blehm. I am the creator and founder of Tracy Blehm Coaching, and my flagship training and private coaching is called Signature Program Mastery. And I have been doing this for well over 20 years, building workshops, online courses, in-person programs, retreats, all of it. And I'm here to tell you that there is a system so that you can pick that profitable course topic and then build a fabulous program out of, so that you are adding 6 to 7 figures to your income. So let's go through them. So the first step, of course, and you've probably heard me say this in almost every single video, because I assure you it is the #1 thing that people don't get right. And that is, are you clear on who you're serving? So I'm going to go through an example for you. So an example would be, I offer chiropractic spinal care, so I can help everybody from sports people to this, to this. No, that is not marketing. That is too general, too broad, and you are not getting a proper ROI on your marketing dollar, if at all, nor can you build a program around that. So in this example, it would be, say we're working with people with diabetes. Now you think, oh, okay, I have an illness, that's very easy. No, still too broad, right? Too generic. So women with diabetes are very different than men with diabetes. So, and they're going to have 2 different pain points. They're going to have 2 different rock bottoms as to where they're saying that's enough. For women, a lot of times it is when we start to lose our hair, or if we gain too much weight, we are in there like a shot. Whereas men are like, oh my God, lose some hair, it happens, blah, 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 right? So again, that will sharpen your marketing message and your program and your course topic. Another level to that, because that's still too generic, is what is kind of the age that you deal with? So are you working with women who are 20 to 30? Because that is a very different program than women who are 40 to 50. Let me give an example. Diabetes affects fertility so much. So 20 to 30, you're thinking about babies, or kind of. 40 to 50, you're done. You don't want any more kids. I shouldn't say that. A lot of people that used to come to my clinic for fertility were in their early 40s. But typically with diabetes, the fertility thing isn't as big. So your marketing message would be different if you are working with diabetic women who are struggling to conceive, right? Or 20 to 30s, you are getting your careers off the ground. You have this, and this is your priority. You have different pain points than women who are 40 to 50 who are starting to think about retirement and longevity and quality of life. Okay, so you want to sharpen it down even more. Now, that is still too broad. Just like I said, there's a fertility, there's a this, there's a that. What you can get even more specific on is, do you help women? If we use women as our example, and let's say women 30 to 35, you're helping women 30 to 35. What type of diabetes are you helping them with? Because they are different programs for each version. Is it type 1? Is it type 2? Is it gestational diabetes? Is it pre-diabetes? Which spot are you going to hang your hat on and become the specialist in? Because again, it is so easy to build your program then and make it profitable, because your marketing messages are dialed right in. You know where to find them. It's very easy to know where those people hang out, because type 1 and type 2 diabetes, for example, it's a different ballgame, and it's different people you need to talk to get your marketing message across. Now, can you make it even more specific? Of course you can, because you could be working with women who are 30 to 35 with type 2 diabetes. Do they work outside the home, or do they work within the home? Are they business owners, or are they employees, or are they managers? Because again, all of them are going to have very different daily needs that your program can assist them with. So, for example, It's very different lingo for a manager versus an employee. A manager actually is on call 24/7, right? And there's a whole lot more they need to do. Plus the fact that most employees have this belief system that managers and owners and bosses are horrible people, versus an employee who's like, I'm off at 4, I'm going home, blah, 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 blah. Or my boss is horrible and they're making me work late and I have to work through my lunches. So again, your lingo and your profitable program will need to cater to them for them to get the most amazing transformation and become a raving referring fan. So if we were going to narrow down our thing again, we could say we work with women who are 30 to 35 with type 2 diabetes, who are in a managerial position, and they have 2 kids at home that are in their early teens. Now, why did I add 2 kids in? Because glory be, if you've got to adjust your food and you've got 2 young teenagers who are picky about what they're eating and their mood swings and everything else, that's a different program than a woman who is 30 to 35, works in a managerial position, type 2 diabetes with no kids, or not married, right? So you can start to see how it will change and tweak how you build out that program when you're very clear on who you help and with what. Number 2 is, what is the pain level that you want to assist them with? And I have a completely different video that goes through all those different pain levels that you can go watch after this, called How to Create Offers That Sell, which talks all about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and which ones are the most profitable so that you can just slide your program right in there. You are not solving every pain level. You are not solving every issue. You need to pick the hot button one that has them lined up with their wallets out, ready to take action on themselves through you and your program offering. So the third step is getting really clear in deciding what is their perceived rock bottom that has them ready to sign up. You don't want to reach people when they're kind of like, I know I have this issue, I'm just kind of kicking tires. You want them in the position of, that's it, I'm done, I can't take this anymore. I'll do whatever you tell me. Here's my credit card, let's go. Now, it's their perceived rock bottom, not yours. And I see this all the time in the health and wellness industry. We know when they should be changing. We know what they need to do to prevent it from even occurring, but that is not what humanity does. And that's not what we do when we actually take a good look back to figure out where we started with some of our stuff. So how do you figure this out? Well, that goes all the way back to getting really clear on who your people are. So that could be interviewing clients and talking to them and asking them just simple things like, what do you need to see, feel, hear, or know for choosing a program or a program like this to be a yes for you? And they will tell you. So you have to kind of put in a bit of elbow grease and ask those questions. And we know what they need. You can put that into the program, but you have to give them the transformation that they want from the rock bottom that they are at. So it's very important that you get clear on this. So if we go back to our example, our 30 to 35-year-old managerial woman who has 2 kids at home, her perceived rock bottom could be, I am not sleeping properly, I'm lethargic, I have no energy, I've gotten very overweight, I can't keep up with my kids, and it's starting to affect my work, and I'm in a spot where I just hate everything about my life, and I want energy, I want to feel good in my skin, and I want to get rid of that brain fog, and I need something that's going to make my life easier, right? That's their rock bottom versus you going, oh, you got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, here's what you need. They might not be ready yet. They might still think it's not that big of a deal. Talk to any medical doctor and they'll be like, this person has shown up year after year after year, getting progressively worse, won't take any of my advice, right? Because they haven't hit their rock bottom. Sometimes a diagnosis or an awareness that you have an illness or a symptom or an issue is not enough for people to take action. So you need to get clear on that, figure out what that is, and then you're building from that level up to transformation. So the number 4 step is, when you have all this information gathered and ready to go, and it's time to pick your course topic, you want to take a look at the one thing, I'm going to say it again, one thing that your program solves. We do not need to solve every single issue. One thing solved out of 10 is going to dramatically improve your client's life. You can later build another program to solve another issue, or you can have add-on packages or add-on modules. But for your initial program, what is the one thing that your program solves? Because that prevents burnout, it prevents overwhelm, it prevents procrastination, right? Remember, fast and easy, right? That sells. People are willing to pay a fortune for that. And if it's specific, let me give you an example. Two of my daughters, both my daughters now have been diagnosed with ADHD, as well as her parents. Anything that's related to ADHD and quality of life, I sometimes I don't even check the price. I just order it. I just buy it because I want to be able to have a life that's easily manageable with ADHD, and having children with ADHD, and having a spouse with ADHD. I want my life to be easier. So I'm not going out and buying generic. I want to solve meal planning. That's a program I bought. I want to solve supplementation for brain health. That's a program I've bought. I want how to build healthy sleep habits for people with ADHD. That's a problem I want solved. So there's no program for everything in your ADHD riddled life to have a magical life. It's what piece are you willing to purchase right now? So I want you to look through that lens of what is one piece that I love to help people with that's very specific to them, that will give them the fastest transformation possible. That's your piece. So if this is still seeming like it's a bit too much, don't worry, I got you. I have a free little walkthrough guide on how to figure out your micro niche and put together what your course topic is. And it's called the Complete Micro Niching Formula for Holistic Professionals. You can get it for free down below. And it's 26 pages of amazing information. It's so super easy, step by step, to figure it out for yourself so that you can create and choose your most profitable online course topic. So would love to hear what came up for you. Would love to hear your aha comments in the comments below, or what you came up with after figuring out what works for you. Would love to hear it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.